Yeah, man. You got to have shoes. If you don't have good shoes, bro, it ain't going to work for you. That's why I have a whole bunch of shoes.
Dude, moccasins.
Oh, fuck moccasins. Bring back the Tiva.
Boat shoes are like modern day moccasins, I guess.
Yeah, I got some Sperry's.
Some Sperry's.
That's like the whitest thing you can say. I have a few pairs of Sperry's. Well, welcome to another episode of the Bernie Dyke podcast. Keegs Kota over here slanging, what is it, at 6? We're on 6, 7, 8?
This is, well, technically Grits I think would have been 6, but that's not like totally a Keegs Kota episode. So yeah, a sole Keegs Kota, this would be 6.
Yeah, 6 episodes. We're out here just killing it. New setup, if you haven't noticed. We got the Jeffery wall here. For those of you who have ever seen Get Him to the Greek.
Kind of nice.
Yeah, I had this. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I think I said like ivy and a couple other ideas.
Oh, yeah.
But I got the opportunity to get some of this fake grass. So we had a little fun and put that up. So I hope everybody likes that. The gnomes are still hanging out. And
you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of relaxing. It has a nice like.
It's got that Jeffrey feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what Jeffrey feel it doesn't have to it? That Jeffrey Epstein feel.
Yeah, we don't. It doesn't. Yeah. No Jeffrey Epstein. Sorry, buddy. See you later. What do you think? I mean.
Is it goodbye or see you later?
How does that even work? There's like pictures floating around online of him.
I don't know, man.
And it doesn't look like him. It does not look like him.
It actually kind of looks like Anthony Bourdain.
It does. Oh, Jesus.
It does. He's got like the white hair. The nose is a little more curled down. The ears
ear,
are different.
Yeah, the ear didn't make sense. I don't know, man. I think.
Dude, I saw there's a company. I think they're called 12th Amendment. They're a clothing company. And they had a shirt that said Clintons, they can't suicide us all. And it had Hillary holding like a, what is it called? The wire you choke people with?
Like a owl.
Like a snare, not a snare, whatever the fuck was it called. And then it had
looking like a cheese wire.
And then it had Bill behind her holding like a silencer, and they got like black gloves and suits on, like hitmen.
Jesus.
It was fun. I was like, damn, maybe I should order that shirt.
Dude, that is crazy.
I'm just not that big on like political conspiracy to wear that shirt, but it is a funny fucking shirt. And I bet Jeffrey Epstein did get suicided.
Oh, absolutely. And I almost like. What is it? It's like 52. She said 52 people that they're friends with commit suicide or something crazy like that.
I think I have it on my phone actually. There's a bunch of them that have been involved with court cases or with different murders and different trials and all this stuff that she ended up, or not she, I guess, but that are close to the Clintons that ended up being suicided. And like notably there's 2 really big ones that are pretty famous, like the kids that ended up on the train track and getting hit by the train, and then the autopsy showed that they were actually shot prior, but then the FBI or whoever's involved with it said that they were probably on drugs and fell asleep on the train tracks, which is stupid. And then the other big one that's pretty notable is the dude who shot himself twice in the back of the head in a park in New York, that he committed suicide.
Everybody's suicide's different, buddy.
Yeah, that's true.
They all have their own way. So, I mean, that's just crazy. It's hard because you don't feel bad. It's one of those where you don't feel bad that the guy's gone. The only thing you feel bad about is you want all that information that he had to tell you about all the other people doing dirty things.
But I think he's got like a little black book or something too that...
You know who knows?
I don't know.
Alex Jones.
Oh my God, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones knows everything, man. I'm telling you.
They're out here poisoning the water and turning the frogs gay.
Watch out for them gay frogs. But actually, they got gay penguins. Did you see that?
Gay penguins. It sounds like
listen.
But you're gonna have to film.
I swear to God. All right, so I don't know what zoo it is. It might even be here, or it's somewhere else. But they got 2 gay penguins, and they're gonna give them an egg that hasn't been hatched yet, and they're not sure if it's been fertilized. But the penguins keep collecting rocks and acting like they're
trying to woo each other.
They're trying to hatch these things.
Oh,
they're treating the rocks like they're eggs, and so they have a young penguin that's never hatched an egg before that didn't really know what it was doing. So they took the egg and they gave it to the 2 gay penguins. So if they This is a real story that's on the news.
Sounds fake.
I know, I wish I could make shit like this up. So if this penguin, they're gonna hatch this egg. If they hatch it, they'll be the first gay penguins to have a baby. It was a slow week for news, man. It was a slow week.
Are they gonna let them get married, or it depends on what state the zoo's in?
Yeah, I'm not sure what state they're in. So shout out to the gay penguins. I guess I should have worn my Polaroid shirt.
Hell yeah! And shout out to putting the floor on the wall. I like that.
Yeah, man. We
just took the floor from outside and on the wall.
It's on the wall now.
That's pretty cool.
We're trying to change it up for you guys, so hopefully you appreciate it. I don't really care.
Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down, because either way, we're not going to listen to you guys.
Yeah,
if you leave a comment, maybe.
This is where I come to like relax at the long day. I just kind of sit by the wall and I have a drink. And it's too hot outside to go outside right now.
So my grass
is burning outside. So I brought some green grass in here that won't burn.
Yeah.
So
the beautiful summer Phoenix summers, they're great.
Well, what else went on in the news this week? Was there anything crazy?
I don't know. Pretty much just Jeffrey Epstein getting suicided. Did you see the picture of Bill Clinton he has in his house?
In the was he in like a dress,
wearing a blue dress and red high heels?
Oh,
dude. So
yeah,
Jeffrey
dressed up
Epstein,
as Monica.
When they went to like raid his whatever $1 billion condo or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know why you'd spend so much in a condo, but he had a picture
condo
that was like in the middle, like it was definitely like spotlighted in like the center of a room in the very front of the house. It was a painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress, a women's dress, wearing red high heels, like kicked up on like a little couch, like love seat couch, with his legs up over the arm of it and like kicked back, which is super weird. So maybe it wasn't about all the pedophilia. Maybe the Clintons had him suicided because of that fucking picture.
Do you think they seriously just joke about shit like that, though? Do you think that it's that funny to them that shit happened?
They
like
probably
that they don't care that much, that they're like, Bill, you lost the bet. You're taking the picture in the fucking dress and the heels.
Yeah, but it wasn't a photo though. It was a painting.
Oh, which is even funnier.
But they probably hired some dude. Like, dude, we'll give you 300,000. Is that enough? Fucking paint Bill. Railing lines and like, paint this motherfucker in a dress.
Paint me like one of your French girls. Oh man, that's ridiculous. So hopefully they still get some information out of that, but I highly doubt it. That was the end of that right there.
Yeah,
that's so crazy, dude. I mean, if we don't come back for another episode, you know what happened to us. They found us.
Yeah.
I saw the picture of Dale Earnhardt Jr. I didn't know that his plane had crashed yet, but all I saw was a picture of him smiling on the internet, and it said, "Nice try, Hillary, not today." And I didn't know what it meant, so I had to like go Google Dale. And as soon as I Googled his name, it said that he had been in a plane crash today.
Yeah, because that list
lived.
Of people we were talking about, there's like 20 of them have been killed in like independent or like plane crashes like by themselves. Like there's a pilot that died and a fucking passenger.
If I'm friends with the Clintons and I know anything, I've already got a bunker and I'm living in that shit right now. Till all this shit blows over and is smoothed out.
Is the whole inside of your bunker lined with a fucking
grass?
Turf?
Of course. Other walls got other stuff on them. We have ivy
this
too.
Actually makes really good like sound dampening material too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I thought about all that. So shout out to my brother-in-law, Randy Hook. Because I brought them all home, so they're all in strands because they're samples, and we're gonna toss them because we're not using them or they're going away. So I had to like take them all apart and put them all in piles of what each one
like by
was.
size and by like the type.
By what type they were and stuff,
the
and by the
color
size
and thickness
and at that point, like I literally had my whole living room covered, the whole floor. And my wife came home and she was just like,
"What the fuck are you doing?
Oh my God, what are you doing now?" And I was like, "I'm going to put this on the wall." And she was probably not very impressed with me. But thank God that Crystal's a saint and she, she puts up with me.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
So I did all this. And then in normal Keegan fashion, I decided after I laid them all out in piles, like, all right, I'm just going to put them back in the box for now because I'm done because company came over. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. So, those would have just sat in a box until I threw them away. And
but Randy made you do it?
No, Randy just took him out, and he started by taking pictures of him and used an app, and he was like shuffling them around.
Oh,
and then
cool.
he said, "Screw this." And he laid them all out on the floor, and he started making this design. So Randy actually made this design. I picked it up by layers to bring it in, and then we put it. He did a lot of the work too. So shout out to him. He's a rock star. Dude.
I actually owe him. I got to get him some like Budweiser swag from my work. So because he's a Budweiser guy.
Oh, he's a true Budweiser guy.
So the first time I met him, I had one of those micheladas, the Budweiser like picante spicy michelada. And so we were all talking about it, and like your sister and stuff was like, I've never had one of those. She's like, I'll try it, take a sip. She's like, oh, it's not that bad. And then Randy's like, yeah, what is that? I never, big old fucking cha on his lip. He's like, what is that? I never had one of those. And I was like, it's a chelada. And he's like, oh, whatever. I'm like, it's a Budweiser. He's like, Budweiser? Here, let me try it. He was so biased about his Budweiser. I was like, I got to get this guy some swag.
So last night we were talking because he was here for the fights, and it's so funny. So I'm trying to remember. Oh, we were talking about Diaz, and he's cool with Diaz, but all of a sudden, Kahbib comes up, and fuck Kahbib. I don't like Kahbib, and I'm like, what? How can you not like Kahbib? Like, you're a woodsman, you're a tough guy. He's like, what he did to Connor, and I'm like, bro, you can't tell me that you like that you're going to side with Connor in that situation.
Right.
Like, that was kind of a really messed up situation. I said, you're the type, family first. Don't talk about my religion or my family or any of that stuff. Like, don't talk about you being an American. Like, that's not, you'd be pissed if somebody did that to you. And he's like, because he kind of tried to play like Connor was American. And I was like, whoa. He's not American, buddy. And he was like, well, close enough. And I said, have you ever seen the video of Kahbib wrestling in a bear? And he's like, no. And in his head, he's thinking it's Kahbib as a grown man wrestling this like bear. So he's like, whatever. I show him the video. Now, Kahbib is like,
still be impressive as fuck.
Yeah, but Kahbib is like, what, 12?
Yeah, he's
in this video.
I've seen
12, and he's in like a tracksuit, which is even cooler. And he's wrestling this like small bear. It's like it's a cub, but it's still bigger than him. And it's the real deal. And you can see his face like, oh wow. It's because it's kids. So Randy got a little bit of respect for Kahbib. I don't think he still doesn't like him, but you can't not respect when a 12-year-old kid's scrapping a bear. So if anybody out there has never seen the video of Kahbib wrestling a bear, just Google it. It's worth 2 minutes of your life to watch it.
While we're on it, what do you think of those fights last night?
I didn't really. I was cooking a lot on the undercards and on the so I wasn't paying attention
even actually
too
watch
much.
The undercard at all.
I watched a little bit, but I'll start right off with who do you want to start with?
Well, we'll just start on the main card. Brunson and the white dude, Heinisch, or I don't remember his name because I don't care about.
Oh yeah, Brunson looked like he had it under control pretty much the whole. I mean,
the first round, I think he lost. He was getting tagged up. I think points go to other dude, but I
he
think
wore himself out fast.
Yeah, he did. And second and third round, Brunson was tearing him up, and Brunson actually looked physically better than I think he ever has. Just his build and like his he looked good though.
Yoel fight.
Oof.
I think that was they called that one wrong. I think they got that one wrong.
Dude, that's a hard one. That's a razor edge. But I think they called it wrong because they called it unanimous decision in favor of Paulo Costa. And don't get me wrong, Paulo's a fucking stud.
They're just trying to keep his record clean. That was bullshit.
I felt like Yoel did enough to at least not have it go unanimous decision, but it could have even maybe swung either way. I don't know.
I just don't think. I think because of the way he was moving around and the stuff. I don't know. Maybe I guess I got to rewatch.
No,
that
I think
fight.
you're right because he did look a little sloppy, lazy. He was flopping around.
But he was doing it. I think he was doing it on purpose.
I don't know. It seemed like it, man. You know what's weird is it reminded me. It seemed like Yoel was acting a little, like you're saying he did it on purpose. It was starting to remind me of what's his face just recently. That God damn it, real famous dude. He fucking got his ass whooped by Michael Chiesa. Diego Sanchez. It was reminding me of Diego Sanchez, like how he was like acting in the ring, like putting on these faces and flexing, and like
he kept sticking the tongue out every single time he got hit.
It seemed weird. I wonder if the Clintons are getting him or something. There's some weird acting going on there.
That was a tough one for me. I like I said, I thought that was leaning more on Yoel's side.
Oh, and I fucking love Yoel too.
But I guess I got to rewatch that fight because I feel like maybe I was just being partial. But it was a good fight.
Yeah.
Those guys were beating the snot out of each other. I thought they were going to end each other a few times.
One of the girls at the like house I was at last night watching is like, I'm gonna go with the black guy. I was like, first of all, that's racist. He's Cuban.
And the other one's Brazilian. So
yeah, good fight. I think Yoel maybe got robbed, but then again, that's a fine line to ride. But I don't think it was unanimous by any stretch of the means.
And now he's what? The other kid's 13-0.
Yeah.
So you'll see him again.
And then after that, we had Nate and fucking Pettis, which was a good fight.
I knew that was going that way. I'm sorry. I like Pettis too, and I think Pettis is gnarly. But I think I knew Nate was going to do what he did. He kept him on the fence. He pressed him. Nate's a lot bigger. Yep. The way they can shift weight like that, Nate's got a lot to just. You can't even get your little punches off because his arms are so lanky.
Yeah, and Nate does really good at keeping distance, and I think that was the biggest thing. Like, because if Pettis gets inside or he gets that right kicking distance, because he's got nasty kicks, he'll knock anybody out really. And he looked. Pettis just destroyed Wonderboy recently, which is like we've never seen that happen.
Yeah, that was
just
crazy.
Outboxed him. He just outclassed him everything.
No, I don't think so. I watched that fight again yesterday. Before the fight, I watched that Wonderboy fight. And
fights before the fights.
And I don't think so, dude. Wonderboy had him that whole fight.
Yeah, kind of. But Pettis still fucking knocked him out.
Yeah, but he just laced him into the cage, and he just came out with a Superman. It was just totally off step, and I think
that's what Pettis
him.
Always does.
But I'm just saying that whole fight, Wonderboy was looking like Wonderboy.
But I think he that's why he's Wonderboy. He's fucking awesome. But yeah, Pettis has a way of fucking winning fights, man, and he does a lot. So I was a little bit nervous being in favor of Nate that Pettis would come out and
I wish I would have bet on that
do
fight.
something, but I took Nate in it. I had some bets. I actually got to go back and check them. I was 3 for 5 on my bets. I had Brunson. I lost the Benitez and Yosef, and then I lost Yoel, but then I had Nate. I don't think I'm missing a fight in there. Yeah, I had Nate and Stipe. So there's.
Oh, 3. You had Stipe, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, Stipe is a beast. And at first I was like, man, this is crazy. The way it was going. And we didn't finish on the Nate. And honestly, and again, it's hard for me to say this stuff because Chris really made a good point. We can sit on the couch and talk all this shit all we want, but when you're in there, it's a totally different thing.
It's like when people watch the Olympics and like a chick does the most amazing thing you've ever seen and fucks the landing. You're like, she fucking sucks. Boo! Like didn't stick the landing. That's a fucking.
Oh yeah, and both of them fought an amazing fight. But I think another thing that was really crazy is, like Nate said at the end, is who was behind him was, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, yeah. When you get on the ground with him. You could tell
he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he has been for years.
That his comfort level was like insane on the ground.
Oh, he was crawling all over.
I thought, oh, dude, insane. And like, I think we don't give Nate enough credit because even Pettis said it. Like everybody talks all this about, but I think people realize when they get in the ring with the Diaz boys is
it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that one.
And it's
easy.
not like because they're known for being like hood and like street, gangster type dudes. But when they're in the ring, they're actually very, very like technical, and they're on the ground with their jiu-jitsu, their black belts. Nate's been a black belt for years, and then Nate has some of the cleanest, crispest boxing for one in that weight class, and some of the best boxing in MMA in general, just in the UFC. Like he's not a boxer, but his stance, his bob and weave, his head move, his feints, like he's got some really technical boxing that he's really good at, and people overlook that a lot.
Did you hear what he said at the end, though?
Which part?
Well, there's only 2 gangsters left out here in the field. Me and Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah. So what's funny is I called that before he said I missed that part because right when the fight ended, and Masvidal was in the crowd that night too, last night, and I stood up and I was walking over to the kitchen to get another beer. And I was like looking at my buddies on the couch. I was like, who's next, right? I'm like, perfect fight, fucking Street Jesus and Nate Diaz. Like, we got to see Masvidal. And they were like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. I was like, that's a perfect.
It's happening.
It's a perfect style matchup. It's a perfect style matchup. I think it's what the people want to see. And like I said, it's the the gangsters. Like
here's
you
the cool
got to
part.
see that.
There will really not be a lot of smack talk.
No,
because they have respect for each other. But
yeah,
the fight will still go hard.
Oh yeah,
because you know they're not gonna go in there and not give you what you want.
No, that's gonna. I'm ready for that.
I'm a little nervous.
I want it.
I mean, that's if someone's gonna knock Nate out.
Yeah,
because he can still throw those bangers at the end. That's the thing. That's you got to go the long distance with Nate.
Dude, they're both great footwork. They stand and bang. They both are phenomenal boxers. Like that's gonna be a banger of a match.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I'll pay for that one.
Yeah.
So then we go to the main fight, Cormier and Stipe.
Yeah.
And dude, Stipe is an animal. He didn't look great in the beginning.
You know, his build.
Daniel's dude, he comes from all kinds of weird angles.
Stipe looked different to me just physically. Like he aesthetically, like his quads and legs looked a little thinner. He looked a little more like chest over stomach was like flatter, you know, like he normally looks thicker. He's like usually a pretty big boy, and he looked pretty slim in this fight, which I thought was kind of weird.
Well, I don't know what dude. The game plan, I don't think it was working for him in the first two, maybe even into three. Yeah. But when in the fourth, when he found that
Cormier
body,
is always going to be a fucking nightmare to deal with, you know.
Yeah, but I think he just got exposed so bad because he could not defend that body shot.
So that. To end that fight, it was a left hook. I think Stipe landed the body, and you could just see Cormier. Well, in that actually,
bro, he landed like 15 of them before that.
Started. I was gonna say in like the fourth, fifth round, Stipe started throwing those body shots, realizing they were landing, and then when he hit that left hook, I think he was going for that liver shot, but with that big old belly, it was kind of more in the front. But when he hit him with that, you just saw Cormier starting to melt. He started to just get a little wobbly. And then as he fucking battered his head going down, like that was it.
Oh yeah.
It was a fucking photo finish for sure.
Stipe is, he's going to have the belt for a minute. Who do you think who fights him next?
Well, so I was thinking about this. You can either do the trilogy of Cormier Stipe, which that fight last night was good enough to definitely run it back. And then also I was thinking if Cormier loses, he goes down for the legendary fight with John Jones at a catch weight.
That's what I was thinking.
He probably doesn't need to drop the weight to meet him, but they can meet at a catch weight in the middle. And I was thinking if Cormier won, then Jones is definitely going up to try and take that belt. So I'm not really sure. You can run back the Stipe again. I think he might only have one fight left on his contract is what he originally remember because he wanted to fight Brock Lesnar, which that's out of the question now. And then he wanted one more John Jones fight, and he wasn't even gonna fight Stipe because there was a bunch of I don't know what the deal was, but Stipe was kind of sitting out and staying out of it and staying out of the media and not saying anything.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a good fight. I was excited to see that. I didn't think it was. I really wasn't as excited. I was more excited for the Diaz fight, and the Yoel fight. That was the fight I was really looking forward to because those guys are built like, dude, it's stupid how they're built. Like, I don't even understand that.
They look fake.
He's 42.
They look like G.I. Joes, dude.
He's 42. Once Crystal saw that, she was like, 42. I said, just cut it out. I'll never get there.
He's getting a little off his rocker, though. Like we said, it kind of looked a little...
He looked
like
crazy.
He was acting a little bit and stuff, which was weird. It was strange.
Still, he hits like a freaking hammer.
He can't turn his head, though. His fucking traps and back and neck muscles are so big, he just pivots all the time. Like he can't even turn his head. He
looks like a superhero, dude.
No, he for sure looks like a superhero.
Have you speaking of superheroes, have you seen that?
You're gonna say it.
Oh yeah, dude. Have you seen The Boys?
Yeah, sir.
Have you seen it?
Here's how good it is. Just first of all,
The Boys on Amazon Prime, right? Prime Videos.
Yep, Amazon Prime.
Dude, just go watch it. Just go watch The Boys.
Yeah.
We're gonna give a plug for free. Amazon doesn't need anything for free. They get it for free taxes. But, it's all good. I'm still plugging it. It's that good. So go ahead. You can give your little...
It's real good. First of all, if you want to know how good it is, I binge watched it in a fucking day, and they're hour-long episodes. There's 8 episodes. So I spent an entire day. I was off that day, and nobody was home. And I thought, what better to do than, throw a load of laundry in here or there, eat a little food, and just fucking watch The Boys all day long. And god damn it, it's so good. And spoiler alert, fuck your spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it yet, you're behind. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So The Boys is basically a superhero show that what they are doing is showing you what it would really be like if you had superheroes, and they're kind of like athletes. They got to have handlers, but they also want to get government contracts.
So here's the thing, though: there's a company, an agency that, like athletes, it's their PR, it's their lawyers, it's the entire agency behind them that hires superheroes to protect cities and towns and stuff. And this agency, so like say one of these superheroes is, out at a strip club doing blow because they party and everything just like normal people.
Mm-hmm.
This agency will go to that strip club and get that video footage so it doesn't end up on like a TMZ type show. Which is
they're basically
cool.
Celebrities, and they gotta be coddled, but they got superpowers, so it's a little crazy. But you're seeing all the violence, all of it. And the first thing I said watching it was, well, here goes superhero movies.
This is definitely going to change them.
This is going to hurt them. And it's true, because we went and I rented Endgame the other night, which I was excited to see again. And it is a good movie, but it just didn't do it. After watching The Boys, you're just kind of like, I'm looking for someone's head to explode, like I'm not looking for phasers.
That
and
was
shit
awesome
like
too, when that dude's head exploded.
So
there's no better way to have your head exploded, though. That's for sure.
He wanted to, but I don't know if he was like, that poor guy just wanted the rent, bro. He just wanted his rent.
Yeah,
that guy. But go watch The Boys. I mean, it's just insane.
I think
the type of stuff that you're gonna see.
I think we've all at one point throughout history have watched a superhero movie and watched Superman like throw somebody through a building, and you've always thought in the back of your mind, like, what about all the people in that building? What about all those innocent bystanders and casualties that happen? All the people that die, and The Boys kind of shines some light on that. So,
or like when Superman, if he were to hit you with his lasers, his eye lasers,
on accident,
or even just like burn them straight through your face, what that would really look like.
Yeah, and you see that on The Boys.
You see it. It's or like if the Flash were to run through somebody, you get to see that. You get to see all this.
You get
type
to see
of
that
stuff
in the first episode too.
So,
if you guys are curious about it, spend an hour, watch the first episode, watch a Flash type character accidentally run through somebody, and see what happens.
That's where it takes you down the rabbit hole, guys. It's definitely worth it. So
when that scene happened, I was like, sold. I'm watching all the episodes right now.
Oh yeah, it was definitely good. So yeah, another show that I've been kind of hooked on the last few days is it's a show called The Food That Built America, and
I gotta watch that.
It's a history doc, and it's a 3-part episode. They're 2 hours long each, and basically how they start, and they're perfect for people like me that have real bad ADHD, because typically
what streaming platform is it on?
It's on History, so you can download the History app. If you have cable, you can log in and you can watch it. I think it's on demand. And I think it'll be on Hulu or one of those, whatever. So The Food That Built America, and basically how it starts is you get an insight to Coca-Cola and the guy that invented it, and how he was a morphine addict from the war that was injured, and he was trying to create a tonic because he was a doctor. And you see him going through the process of trying to create it, and it was to get him off morphine. And once he created it and it started to kind of take off, he just was still not doing well with his finances or anything. So he sold some of it, and it takes you through that. And then it takes you over to Post and Kellogg, first it takes you to Heinz ketchup, which before it was ketchup. And hold on. It's something that you definitely would enjoy.
So are we had a hiccup. We had a battery die.
We needed a break. You know how we do. What was I talking about? Were we talking about that show?
You were talking about The Food That Built America.
So how it jumps is it jumps from Coca-Cola, it jumps over to Hershey, or Heinz, and it kind of shows you their failure. It shows how they kind of came up with their ideas and how they were geniuses and changed the way America runs today, and how we're not. Dude, we would look like peasants if it weren't for some of these companies. So it takes you from there. And Heinz was a genius, man. That guy was so smart, and he was way ahead of his time. And I think it was him that ran electricity through his building before the White House even had it. Like he just knew. What? Yeah, it was either him or Hershey, but I think it was Heinz that did it before the White House had it. And they made sure
That's
that they were
crazy.
by like the railroads, because a lot of times everything went through the boats. So they cut their times down to get things everywhere. And so that changed a lot. And it also changed a lot for when we went to war. So it takes you from there, and then it'll jump. So it doesn't stay with everybody for too long. That's the part I like about it, is it stays for a little bit, and then it goes to another person, and then it goes to another person, and then it kind of swoops back around, and it stays in the same timeline. So then it's going to jump to like Kellogg and Post, which that is just insane how $1 billion business was basically stolen from a doctor that was just making granola breakfast for people. Like, it is crazy. And then how he makes,
sounds fucking awesome.
How the younger brother makes cornflakes after the fact and still competes. Like, Kellogg technically invented the cereal, but Post took it, and the older Kellogg brother wouldn't let the younger one sell it. So when Post sold it and started making millions of dollars, the younger one was still pissed, still couldn't do anything about it. Ends up figuring out how to make cornflakes on accident, then ends up getting the rights to it and sells it and competes. But then it gets even crazier, because when Post basically kills himself because he goes nuts, he gives his huge, like a ton of money to his daughter. She's 27 at a time where you're not even allowed to talk if you're a woman, pretty much. So she's like the richest woman in America, and she starts General Foods.
Oh, wow.
And man, I'm telling you right now, like, I'm not normally into the big history stuff, but this stuff blew my mind. And then it takes you to like Hershey, and that guy spent like $100 million, our money today, building a town before he even had the recipe to make that chocolate.
Damn.
These people are just
definitely
smart.
have to watch it. And I think I was just thinking about it while you're talking, like, maybe it's on Hulu. It's probably not on Netflix or Amazon, but
it's not there
then
yet.
I was thinking, like, actually, it'd probably just be a good idea in general just to download the History Channel app and, like, watch some of that shit too.
Yeah, it's a neat show. It takes you into McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, how these guys made all the, like, they just changed the world, dude.
I watched that.
It's really insane.
I watched that McDonald's movie with is it not Michael Keaton? Who's in that?
Yeah,
it's Michael Keaton. Yeah,
that I gotta watch that too. And I guess there's another one that I gotta watch called Harley.
Harley and the Davidsons.
Yeah, or something like that. And
who's in that is the kid who played Alfalfa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Little Rascals. He's in that. I watched that. That's really good too. You should definitely watch that.
Yeah, I'm getting into these little docs, man. They get me.
Yeah, those limited like 3-part mini
they're
series
perfect.
And stuff.
They're
actually really good.
You don't need anything more than that. You get it all in.
Not that it's a documentary at all, but did you ever watch 11/22/63 or whatever with James Franco? It's a Hulu original.
Nope.
It's about him traveling back in time to try and save that got blasted in Dallas, the president. John F. Kennedy. And I don't know why I had a brain fart on John F. Kennedy.
That's a fart.
But no, it's really cool. He like I said, it's not a documentary by any means, but he like tries to. Some guy has been trying to save John F. Kennedy from his boss. Like his boss at his work is trying to save, or like a cook at a restaurant is trying to save John F. Kennedy from being assassinated, and he's like aging really fast, and his cancer like moves super fast, and they find out that he breaks the secret to James Franco that he's been like traveling in time, and it's like in the back of his like little cafe that he owns. So he like basically hands the responsibility over to James Franco to try and save John F. Kennedy from being assassinated. So it's actually a really good show, super interesting.
Is it new?
No, dude, it's got to be like 5 years old, 6 years old.
Shit.
I'm sure it's still on Hulu because it was a Hulu original. But yeah, is that the date that John F. Kennedy was assassinated? I think 11/22/63.
Probably.
That's the actual like name of the show too.
Well, you know what else is coming up here real soon?
Regular season NFL.
This right here.
Ooh, November, baby.
Rick and Morty, baby. That's coming right around the corner. So
my text tone notification and my ringtone are both Rick and Morty. Oh man,
that's the greatest show ever, man. I love it. So
yeah, definitely the greatest animated show ever.
It's so good. Yeah, but we do have football coming up, and this is actually going to be my first year doing a fantasy league. I've never done one before, so I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm oblivious. So if I just start calling you out of the blue, it's I need help. So please answer your phone.
You know what? There's not a better person. I mean, there's definitely better people than me to call for help for everything, but I'm one of your best options because I've been doing fantasy for like 10 years plus.
All right.
And for the last probably 5 years straight, I always win at least one of the leagues. I'm usually in 2 to 3 leagues. I'm going to be in 3 leagues. Last year and this year, I'm going to be in 3 leagues. I usually end up winning one of those 3 leagues or 2 leagues that I play in. And I always end up placing also top 3 or 4 in the other ones. So,
I don't know any
tips.
I don't know strategy. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. So
why did you not ever, I'm sure you were interested in playing fantasy throughout, the years that
Sometimes.
you thought about it, but did you never just have a group of people that invited you to do it, or did you never seek it out, or were you didn't understand how it worked, or what was the reason that you never done it?
I guess probably a little bit of everything. All that.
Yeah.
All the above.
All the above.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people don't understand fantasy and they're like, oh, it's a fantasy, you're just playing fake football, that.
But then I see people that don't even understand football that are playing it, and I'm like, all right. So
it helps a lot to know players and understand football, at least to a certain extent, because basically you're building a team, and every weekend when your players that you have on your built team, when they perform in the game, whatever they do, their yardage and the points they add up give you points on your team. So you're trying to build, the best fantasy team essentially. And a lot of people, things that really help by knowing football is okay, if you have Odell Beckham Jr., you're probably going to start him every single weekend that he's playing. If it's not a bye week, you're going to start Odell Beckham Jr. because he's a stud. Well, if he happens to be playing against a really good corner that is a lockdown corner, like Patrick Peterson, not that the Cardinals are great or anything, but Patrick Peterson's a lockdown corner. And so maybe that weekend you're like, you know what, I might not start Odell Beckham Jr. because he's going to have Patrick Peterson covering him the whole game. He's probably not going to get a lot of throws his way. He's probably not going to perform for me, even though he's a great receiver. So there's little stuff like that. If you understand football to that extent, that all right, I'm not going to start this guy this weekend because they're playing this defense, or he's got this guy covering him, or I'm not going to start this defense this weekend because they're playing against the Patriots, which I know are going to put up 35 points. There's a lot of stuff that helps to know, but at the same time, I've also seen people win fantasy leagues off of doing automatic pick for their draft and not knowing a whole lot about football, and they just this dude puts up 50 points every week, I'm starting him all the time, and ends up doing good.
This guy. That'll be me. I'm not paying attention. No, I will. I pay attention. I just, I don't know why I chose to do it. I think it was just, I did it. And so I want to talk some smack to people. And since I've kind of grown up in my older age and I don't just talk shit to people like I used to, I figured this gives me a reason where people can't get butt hurt.
We text and talk enough too, to where you can pick I'm not in your league, so I'll give you all the help I can.
Yeah.
If I'm playing against you, I'm gonna be like, hey, go fuck yourself. But, and it's fun, man. I always have fun doing it. It's fun to talk all the smack. It's fun. Are you in a league with friends too?
Yeah, kind of. They're it's a bunch of pool guys that are on a page that I'm a moderator on. Kind of.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I don't do that thing for work. That's actually my own personal time that I do that. So
you do too much.
I do. I spend my time, man. I try to spread it all out.
That's like this podcast.
Yesterday, I hit a slip and slide in the backyard, man.
Yeah, you're telling me about that.
Yeah, my little niece came over with a 20-foot slip and slide. I cleaned that. I went right from one end, right over. Grass burning up my face. Yeah, dude, it was pretty rough.
Oh yeah, you got a swollen eyelid, don't you?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Probably ran into a pile of dog poop or something.
Got a little pink eye.
Yeah. No, I made sure I cleaned up.
Picked up a little pink eye.
I cleaned up all those nuggets so she wouldn't be trampling through my house with all those little turds on her. Damn dogs. 90 shillings? What the hell is that?
It is. So Odell is a brewery. They make some fantastic beers. I'm a beer guy. I'm one of those douchebags. I'm a foodie. I'm a fucking beer guy. I like all that shit.
Yeah.
But
trendy.
So 90 shilling is a amber ale, which is I'm a huge on amber ales and red ales and Scottish ales. I like IPAs too, but these are kind of my go-to. So the name, it's one of their flagship beers, and the name actually came from back in Britain for good beer. If it was exceptionally good beer, they would tax you 90 shillings on top. Like every time you bought them, you get taxed 90 shillings, which is $1. You know, it's like 90. I think it's equivalent to like 84, 87 cents modern or currently, but you would just get taxed for that, for it being good beer, because it takes extra work and extra money and stuff to produce good beers. But yeah, that's it. It's 90 shilling. It's one of my favorite ambers.
Dang.
So,
Well,
right
this
there.
podcast is 90 shilling right here. It's one of them extra. Oh man, the gnome's trying to steal my drink, bro.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about, because like, I mean, I know Crystal's like, you know, all about you doing what you like to do and stuff, and she supports you. And then Davina sometimes like, oh, you're gonna go do your podcast thing, and I'm like, you know what? We don't do this because obviously we don't have a big following and fans. We don't do this for that. We don't do it for the money, because there's no money.
Dude, I'm making a
made.
Ton of money. What are you talking about?
About 90 shillings. That's right.
Yeah, I'm making. Dude, I just haven't shared any of it.
Honestly,
with Dakota.
I think part of it is I think we just fucking like doing it. Like, I always have fun. We always have fun. We chat.
Let me ask you a question.
We have so much fun doing it. Is why
when
I
you
do
were
it.
a kid, were you the kid that like your mom went in the store and she came out and you had like the mirror open and you were like making faces at the mirror and doing dumb shit, or were you just sitting still?
Oh, I definitely wasn't sitting still.
You were probably the one trying to hotwire the car to drive off.
I was like smearing my like, you know, finger oils on the windows and like drawing pictures and fucking around in the mirror, talking to myself.
I've always been, dude, I try to keep mirrors out of my house because I get caught up in that room for too long. I'm still to this day, I'm like, oh man, I'm a goofy looking
It's not
dude.
vanity though, it's insanity, right?
Yeah. Oh, see, I got this little sleeper bot thing that sends me little messages to tell me like, you know, important stuff about football that I don't read them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be good at this. I'm not going to be very good.
Just hit me up. We talking now.
Yeah, I'll just send you screenshots. Like, what should I do?
And we're gonna bore you guys with a little bit of fantasy football throughout the season here and throughout these podcasts coming up. But we'll try not to keep it too long. You know?
I was gonna say I jump pretty quick from topic to topic. Let's see what else. And didn't I say I rented Avengers Endgame the other day? And
you're talking about it like
boys.
After the boys. It's not. They don't
still
hold their
good.
weight.
It just doesn't hold its weight. It's bumming me out.
Well, what you got to start looking for is like production value. Like, they did an amazing job. Marvel did an amazing job, you know, like on all the production stuff and the storyline, all that. But yeah, after watching The Boys, it's like I want to see all of the fucking behind the scenes shit, the gory shit. Well, you know, Deadpool is always going to hold its weight.
That's the only one I said that was still going to be. That's funny that you said that. I said that same thing.
And then the Wolverine.
Yeah, but I don't know if they bring that back and see what they do. They just flopped. Well, they're not going to on that.
They're not
Dark
going
Phoenix
to. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be doing any more Wolverines, right?
Right.
He's no longer Wolverine.
Yeah, he's done.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. So yeah, that's tough, dude. I don't know what you do with that. Good luck.
I just know
Disney just bought all that, but they'll just market it to kids.
What does Disney own, by the way? Don't they have their hands in ESPN? They own Fox,
everything,
like CBS,
dude. Hulu.
So, are they in ESPN? Is that for sure a fact?
Yeah, dude. When that thing comes out in the next few months or whatever it is for $12.99.
Amanda Nunez is a Disney princess.
Yeah,
I guess so, right?
Yeah,
fucking cool.
You tell her she's not.
I'm not gonna tell her.
That girl smoke
you. Know what? As a matter of fact, Amanda Nunez, if this gets to you, just bring you and
I'll send it. You're a Disney princess now, girl.
You're maybe the first lesbian Disney princess too. Come over, we'll throw you a party.
I doubt it, but maybe the one.
I think the girl from Frozen might be. We'll find out in Frozen 2.
Oh, what are we doing here?
Ooh.
Oh,
what
that's
you got
dangerous.
going on there?
Just launched this thing at my face. That's gross.
I know.
Oh, that'll be fun for editing. So yeah, I got. Oh man, what was I gonna say?
Shout out to Keegan Dyke for doing all the editing on this podcast.
No, I'm gonna start paying somebody to do it myself.
Once we monetize these, and Amanda Nunez throws us some money for shouting at her. Shout out Amanda Nunez, love that chick.
And shout out Chris for coming by on the last one. That was a lot of fun. Get the, that was
a good one.
It's funny because when we sit here and we talk about fights, like he said, you guys see what you see on the TV and you think you have a good idea, and I felt where that was coming from.
Hey, that guy's fucking garbage, bro. Get the fuck out of the ring. Meanwhile, like, we couldn't hold a candle to that dude.
No, yeah, exactly. So to hear him explain it and just kind of say how, even though I did watch a couple of that fight again, and a few where he was like, "Nah, I didn't get touched." I was like, "You got hit," but
you definitely got touched.
But you didn't move. Like I said, you still took it and just like some of them I see where he does brush off of them. And
he's always like a cool, calm, collected guy, like not super emotional. He's fairly, I don't want to say emotionless. It sounds cold, but he doesn't show a lot of emotion a lot of the time, and he's a really humble person. So for him saying like no, like that was nothing, didn't faze me. Like I got touched though, like I just got touched. I didn't get hit. I didn't get rocked. But so for him to, tell you that, it's like, all right, I know you got a little more touched than that, but
oh yeah, I mean,
we'll let it slide. Grits.
The one thing I did say to him was the body shots, like that he was given body shots, and it really closed that fight out fast. There was like 5 body shots you give on the ground that were full body weight. It's got to just drain you. And last night we saw it again when Cormier got hit with like 10 of those things. And I'm telling you right now, one of those would have broke my ribs on the opposite side. Like, I'm serious. When I saw him hit the first one and then he did it again and did it again and did it again, I was like, uh-oh, it's over. Because he's scared to block it because he knows he's going to leave his face exposed and it's over. And then he just hit him with that left, like you said. That was crazy. But I don't know how I got back over into talking about fights, but
I know
it was a fun night.
We try to keep this in like segments essentially, but we were actually talking about it before we came in here and started recording. Like we're like, we got any talking points? Like, not really. I kind of want to talk about like the boys and the food that built America, and we're gonna talk about the fights and maybe some fantasy, and that's literally all the preparation. We did
say we wanted to talk about Tool though.
Oh yeah, the Tool album. But
that's.
But my point was we don't, and I think we mentioned this before, we don't do any preparation before we sit down. And Keegan's like, that's actually like why I fucking love doing these Keegs Kota episodes, because we just sit down, start rambling, it's all organic, and it just comes off the top.
Yeah.
Fucking hot boys over here come off the top.
So
the rap flows.
All right, so coming off the top, though, when I hear the interview, I don't remember who it was, but it was one of the members of Tool. And on the Joe Rogan podcast, saying like they didn't really make it a big deal about not going on social networks, or streaming networks, because he acted like it just wasn't a conversation very much.
No, because Maynard's always kind of been known for like being a cunt about not allowing digital streaming platforms to use their music. And there was the whole big Napster thing when we were a little younger, of like Lars Ulrich, the drummer from Metallica, like fucking was super cunty about releasing any of the music on streaming platforms. And I use that word loosely all the time anyways, bunch of cunts. But and Maynard the same way, like he was, I don't know if it's him necessarily, because I don't think he owns all the masters and all of, portion of the band, but I think collectively as a band, they're pretty cunty about that stuff. They don't release to the public all their digital streaming. When you go see them live, usually on the sides of the stage it'll have like the video, like the camera zoomed in so you can see, like if you're way in the back in the general population area, you can see like the band members playing and stuff on those big screens. And when you go see Tool, they don't allow them to be filmed. They don't put them up on the big screens. And there's even times where Maynard like stands off to the side of the stage or like backstage while he's singing, which is super fucking weird, right? You're like, it's a fucking band that came here to watch you perform, and your band's out here performing and you're over there singing. But anyway, they just, about like 3 weeks ago or something, they just released all their albums onto all digital streaming platforms. And I think they've been in the top 10, if not the top, for the past 3 weeks straight now, because they got fucking, like 5 albums they just dropped. And then their new album comes out at the end of this month. And they had that, the title track song is the only thing that's like a preview song right now. And it just sounds like Tool. It sounds like all the Tool you've essentially ever heard. It's just nice to be able to
hear them.
Yeah.
It is.
Something new from them. It's cool.
It drives me nuts when I want to go get pumped up to something, not listen to rap or something. That's one of my go-tos.
You know who else is a cunt that you can't find on most digital streaming is fucking Garth Brooks, bro.
I know.
What's his Chris Gaines? Is that his fucking real name? I think it's Chris Gaines.
Garth, man, he lives by his own. He lives by his own rules.
Yeah,
and he's so weird. Here's the thing: when you're not splitting it, like Tool's splitting the money.
Well, I mean, he's paying a backing band, but
yeah, but I think,
you're not. But I think while he's been in his residency in in fucking Vegas, he's been playing like solo acoustic shows and shit. So he's fucking banking. That dude's so fucking rich. He doesn't even know what it's like to be a regular person. He's been so rich for so long. Like,
yeah,
it's got to be weird. It's like kind of like Bieber.
And he doesn't have like any like bad, like real bad press. He stays pretty clean.
No, of course not.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
What am I drinking?
Ooh, brought the refill.
Hey.
I've got my refill of 90 shilling here. And then Keegan made a pimping decision and decided to bring in his
protein
shaker.
shake.
Oh, never
gym.
mind. It's a protein. It's a blueberry. It's a blueberry vodka orange juice flavored protein shake.
That's a protein shake. There's protein in there somewhere. So
some enzymes.
I've had my whole family around here for a couple weeks now, and it's been awesome. And so I don't have kids of my own, but I want to share some stories because I think it's always funny when somebody who's not used to having kids around has to deal with it. Yeah, and so the other night we were just kind of hanging out and eating dinner and
just dump beer all down my shirt.
That's
cool.
Nice, man. Way to steal my thunder, bro. Just
keep talking.
Just gonna pour drinks down your shirt. So the other night I'm hanging out and my niece decides. Well, first somebody walks up to me as I'm sitting at one of the tables and hands me one of my debit cards, and I'm like, okay, why are you handing me my debit card? And then they said I found it in the trash can. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Not where that belongs.
So we go over and two of my other cards are in the trash can. So I grab them and I'm like, well, where's my wallet? And so I look at my 3-year-old niece and I say, Layla, where's Uncle Key's wallet? Oh, over here. And she walks around to one of the side tables that I never even sit near and goes down like to the bottom, near the bottom shelf, and takes my wallet out and brings it over to me. And I started to get kind of mad because I don't know how to handle it. I've never dealt with kids.
It's okay
Yeah. And I was like, why did you do that? And she was like, ah, and like just walks away from me.
The response I expected.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that, so that was one. And so we were out watering my lawn and she wanted to help water. And I said, oh, okay, here you go. So she's watering the lawn and then she just looks over at me and starts to fill my shoe up with water. And I'm like, hey, don't do that. You're filling my shoe up with water. And she's like, oh, okay. And she looks at you and she acts like, oh, yeah, no, I understand. Okay, no problem. Okay. And then she stares you right in the eyes and moves the hose back over to your feet. And she puts it back in your shoe. And you're like, I'm starting to understand. Did I tell you the story, what she did to my mom when she was here?
See why I use the term cunt so loosely?
No, see, this one's still, she's this family, so I got to be careful.
Yeah, two or 3-year-olds, that happens. That's going to happen, and you just can't do anything about it. You can't even get mad.
My mom walked outside while she was here to go get a shirt out of the car. It was 114. My mom didn't put shoes on. I don't know why. My mom wasn't being very smart. But the car was right outside the door. So she walks outside the door to get a shirt for Layla. As soon as she walks out the door, she hears the deadbolt locked. Layla got up and followed her behind and locked the deadbolt and went and sat back down on the couch and kept watching TV. And my mom was pounding on the door, and I was in here doing business, so I didn't go out when the dogs were barking. So my wife answers the door in a towel, and I'm like, "What are you doing in a towel?" Right? I mean, there's everybody here. What are you doing? And she's like, "I had to go let your mom in. Your 3-year-old niece just deadbolt locked her outside of the house in 114-degree weather."
Oh man.
With no shoes on. So I asked her why she did it, and she just kind of and laughed at me. And my mom was like, sometimes she's sweet and sometimes she's the devil.
Sour Patch Kids, man.
Yeah, man. She's a little Sour Patch Kid.
Kids do
she's
and
cute
say
as a
the
button.
darndest things.
And she's super cute. So you like, it makes it even worse. You have a kid. She's cute.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly how it goes. And I'm like, and I'm scared to death because my sister, what's mine going to be like if I do it?
I've not only
That's
got a
dangerous.
kid, I've not only got a kid, but I've got also my girlfriend's kid, and they're the same age, and Sour Patch Kids. That's it. They will.
It doesn't shut off.
They'll tell you okay and smile and love you, and then they'll light your house on fire or similar things.
It just doesn't stop though. Like it's endless energy.
Oh yeah, you know what? So they started kindergarten 2 weeks ago, and they don't get naps now, and they've always had naps their entire life up until this point. And let me tell you, not having naps, I can see the transition, and I'm waiting for it to pass. But they are
because they're upset and they're grumpy because
they're
they
little
don't
grumpy crabby pants, man, to the
Yeah.
max every day. And like we got karate on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like we're doing stuff all the time. I'm making dinner. I'm like, hey, and I got a rule, like when I'm cooking dinner between our like kitchen island and where the stove and everything is, I'm like, nobody, not even the dogs, are allowed in my kitchen zone while I am cooking. And they know this and they never do this, and I think they're just like high on not getting sleep while this is all going on, that they're walking back there and they're doing stuff they know they shouldn't be doing. And you ask them like, well, honey, why did you do that? You know not to do that, right? Yeah. Why'd you do that? I don't know. Come on. Get some sleep time. Can't nap forever. We all want naps.
Dude, I can't do naps because my problem with naps is as soon as I nap, I'm out for 4 hours.
Oh, you play nap roulette.
Yeah.
Is this going to be 20 minutes or 8 hours?
I can't do it. The 20 minutes. If you try to wake me up after 30 minutes of a nap, you're going to get hurt.
So I've always heard this, and you may have heard this too, like the power nap has got to be between like 20 and 40 minutes. If you hit like 41 minutes, you're fucking tired. You're exhausted when you wake up. Like, fuck, that nap made me worse. But if I've done this before and it actually fucking worked. Like I got the true power nap in, slept for like, 25, 30 minutes, woke up and was fucking recharged and refreshed. And like, I just fucking shotgun an energy drink and I'm ready to go. But I've also gone like 45 minutes and wake up and I'm like, fuck, now I just want to go back to sleep. I think there's a fine line on the fucking power nap,
Yeah, dude. It's I can't do the naps. I don't do the naps. I mean, I want to. Crystal, see, we'll like all chill out and like she'll take a nap and I'll be like, oh, I really want to take a nap and I can't. And then when I finally start to take a nap, she'll be like making noise or doing something. I'm like wide awake. It doesn't work for me. But I mean, I got a lot of energy, so dude, it's crazy though when there's a kid because you got to pay attention to them all the time, and I don't pay attention to anything all the time.
You being a good uncle, like you feel like you always have to pay attention to them, but definitely as parents, like been doing this for 5 years, like we don't always have to pay attention to them. Hey, go play with something. Go find something to do. Like, and we're pretty good about like the screen time thing,
I was going to say, I was going to ask that question. Did they get...
They have tablets and stuff, but they stay in our room.
I saw Randy just throw a phone because she was being crazy last night.
Sometimes you got to do that.
And he just like put the video on the phone and just threw it. And it was like, it landed and it was like that thing from Ghostbusters that sucks the ghost in. She was just like, boom.
Oh, yeah.
And just stopped.
Sometimes you can do that. And the nice thing is like we don't give them a lot of screen time. We kind of keep them from watching too much stuff because obviously it's not like, the best thing to do. It's not that good, but... So when we do that, when we throw our fucking Ghostbusters reel out, it works because they don't get a whole lot of screen time. And they come all, like this morning, my daughter comes in like that was this morning, right? No, that was yesterday morning. Got my days mixed up. Yesterday morning, I had been up late the night before drinking and whatnot. And she comes in at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. She's like, before she even says, good morning, Daddy, she's like, Daddy, can I watch your phone? And it's sitting on the charger right there. Like she could have not even woke me up. She could have grabbed it and just went in her room, and I would have never known until I woke up, which I usually wake up by 8 anyway. But yeah, so she like came in. She's like, Daddy, can I watch your phone? I was like, can Daddy get like a good morning, a hug and a kiss? Like, can you be sweet instead of just asking me for my phone? But that's because they don't get the phone very often. So she's like, this might be my opportunity while he's tired.
Catch him when he's groggy.
While he's tired and groggy, let me watch the phone. But we do that sometimes. Like we'll be at the restaurant and the girls start arguing or fighting or whatever. Or one of them got this food and that food, and then all of a sudden one of them wants what they had and whatever. And then sometimes it's like just like that. Like, all right, boom, hand them both a phone. Be like, watch some YouTube Kids,
dude.
So
that's
we can
crazy.
Enjoy our dinner.
Because like. It's taken it to the point where, like, back in the day, our parents would do that with us as kids, like turn the TV on or just go play your video game or whatever. But now, you can do it anywhere.
Anywhere. What I was thinking about is Cracker Barrel. You know how they have the little pegboard game?
I've only been
at the table?
Yeah. Yep.
They have that little pegboard game where you got to like jump the pegs and try to end up with the least amount of pegs on the board. That's kind of like that too. That's like, way back in like the 50s and 60s, way back, like that was a long fucking time ago. But like in the 50s, 60s before, phones and all that shit, like that's what you do is hand the kid the little pegboard game. Like, here, shut up while I try to fucking eat some dinner,
It's just crazy though. Cause like I watch her on the phone. She's 3 and she's just watching videos and she knows. We taught her Google. Once she learned Google, dude, I'm in here trying to edit one night. And all of a sudden, all my lights start changing in the office. And I'm like, what the hell? And they're going from like red to purple to green to blue, back to red, back to pink, over to purple. And I'm like, I can't concentrate in here. I'm going to have a stroke. She's like changing the lights so fast. And I come out and it's so cute because okay, good. She can't say half the words, but Google understands, which is even friggin' scarier.
Well, what's scary is they can navigate, like even like my daughters when they're like 3 years old, they can navigate on a phone, but they can't even read yet. It's like how, and like I guess they see logos of apps and stuff like that. My daughter will just like pick my phone up and flip to Snapchat, open Snapchat, flip filters on, take funny pictures with like goofy filters on and stuff. And I'm like, how do you? Well, I guess I get it. Like it's visual, you can see it, but like still. And she'll go to anybody's phone and do that. She'll grab your phone, start flipping through your apps, and she'll see the yellow Snapchat logo and open it and start taking funny pictures of other people and of herself and sending them and hit. She knows like send my story, boom, and she'll post it on your story. She can't read the names enough to like send it to individual people, but she could post it on your story. You're like, what the fuck?
It's just
put the phone down, lady.
It makes me like, all right, so what's gonna happen when they're older? Because they're gonna be more advanced than us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
We're gonna see. Let's not talk about that right now, right? That's in the future.
All right,
let's worry about the present.
We're already an hour deep, so we don't have to go too crazy today. You should go spend family time. It's already 11:45.
Well,
so
we don't have the girls right now. I'll have to see if I should pick up Aubrey on the way home. Maybe pick up some food. What should I eat today? Because I'm on a cheat day.
So I went to a wing place the other day. I know that you...
Where and what was the name?
ATL Wings.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's had some ATL wings.
Oh, I was just saying they were really good.
No, they are really good. I was saying like you said it like a wing place. Like I was waiting for like some place I'd never heard of. It's like,
no, of course
ATL,
you heard it.
fuck.
I was just saying it was
ATL is
really
amazing.
good.
They're great. They're great. They do great things. What'd you get? What kind of wings?
I just got some regular medium. I wasn't going crazy. It was middle of the day.
Fucking white bread over here.
You called me. I was there.
Oh, that's right. I did call you. ATL, man. The lemon pepper. Ooh, you get the lemon pepper ever?
No.
The dry lemon pepper?
I might go get some right now.
All right. So you got lemon pepper. And then what you do is you order whatever sauce flavor you want on the side. They call it lemon pepper wet. And there's a funny story. Did you ever watch Atlanta?
Yeah. I love that.
So do you know
show.
the whole story about the lemon pepper wings? So basically there's so many strip clubs in Atlanta, and there's like, I don't remember the name of that like black mafia type gang that was over there, but there's a lot of drug dealers and rap music and people with a lot of money. And there's a lot of strip clubs in Atlanta, and they would serve hot wings at these strip clubs. But then when you're licking your fingers from wing sauce and like handling money and at a strip club, like all of that should not ever be in the same fucking place. So they started doing lemon pepper wings because there's no sauce, it's dry, and then it's not spicy when you're putting your fucking grimy ass dollar bills and some chick's G-string, and it's getting fucking
I didn't know that was why.
So that's like kind of part of it.
I'm learning something right now.
And then they called them lemon pepper wet because you could take the wing, and without getting the sauce on your fingers, you can dip it in the hot sauce and still eat it. So thanks to hookers and blow and strippers in Atlanta, like we got, dry rub lemon pepper wings.
Look at innovation of people that aren't trying to get, urinary tract infections and shit like that. Like that is genius right there.
Urinary tract. I don't know if strippers be putting dollar bills on their vaginas, but maybe.
You never been to a strip club? Oh, that's cool. Well,
she won't tell you.
That's another episode. We can take Dakota to his first strip club.
She won't tell you her real name, but she'll show you her butthole for $1.
Yeah. Welcome to America.
Yeah, I've definitely been in strip clubs, but not anymore. I stay away from there. I have daughters. You know what? I will fight a stripper. Fuck you. I'll find a stripper.
Sometimes I think it's good. You got to go there and just kind of keep an eye on them and look at what they look like now, so you can see like, oh, I see you're trying to morph into. Okay, you see the signs. You got to be able to see the signs. You don't want to become the old guy that doesn't see the signs.
You got to bring a stripper on, an interviewer here, so I can get some insight on. Like, hey, so what should my daughter not be doing?
Yeah, what do I got to look for?
How do I keep these girls?
What do I got to pay attention to see? Like, oh, so it's my fault. Okay, don't talk to you. Yeah, I get that.
So you mean be a dad and be present and don't beat your daughters? I guess. Okay. That's a start. I think I'm doing good.
Yeah, but in this age of girls thinking like you can just get famous from like getting naked on social media and
sucking on cups to puff your lips up,
and I don't think that it's the dad's fault. Like I think that the dads are there because they're paying for the phone and all the stuff.
True.
Keep the phones away from them, bro. Keep them off Snapchat.
Right. One of my nephews is 6 years old and he's got a phone right now, and I'm like, why? For what? And my brother's like, well, because when he goes down the street to his friend's house, like I want him to call and check in with me, or he tells you he's going down there and you watch him walk down the street and go in the door, and then you fucking go check on him. And
you get him this right here.
Boom. Actually, I'm looking at those right now because the girls are in kindergarten.
Yeah, you can call them.
They make ones that have full service.
That's like, this.
Yours has service, yeah.
Yeah, see the little red dot?
Yeah, I found some really cool ones.
I'm like over here, like, bro, you see this red dot right here, bro?
I have some I found some cool ones like on Amazon.
Nate Diaz.
Let me finish my story real quick and we'll go to something else.
Okay, sorry.
Because I want to talk about Nate Diaz, but I found some really cool watches on there that are like pink and girly and stuff that I think they would love. Like if you buy them a fucking My Little Ponies watch right now that just has like a little fucking time digital readout on it, they love it. You know, they're like, oh my God, they want to wear their watch every day. So I can only imagine if I buy them one of these like little smart watches or whatever, like with that they can call from, and give them headphones so they could like plug the headphones in and call. And
they don't even need to.
Well, yeah, there's a speaker on it. There's a speaker on it. I know, but
there's no way of plugging it in. You could Bluetooth them.
Oh, that's true.
You get them. No, now you got to buy the. No, now you got to buy the AirPods.
Yeah.
Because if you get them the AirPods.
Well, I'm not spending $180 on some headphones for my 5-year-old daughters. But I might get some knockoff Amazon ones, you know, for like $30, $40.
Yeah, you can get other ones.
But no, I think it's super cool, and you can like GPS them so you know where they are. You can set alarms and reminders on there.
There's
like,
a bunch of stuff.
Call you from
if you have cool one, stuff. You guys can link up as a walkie, so you can walkie-talkie them, and that way you don't even have to call them.
Sold.
It's dude. I got my mom one for Mother's Day for like $150 on Amazon.
And you guys walkie-talkie?
I couldn't figure out why mine wasn't doing it, but I don't know. It was something that one of us wasn't set up right.
Apple products, yeah.
One of us, I'm gonna guess it was her, but
I'm gonna guess the lady who was born many years before both of us is probably having a little bit of a issue with the technology.
She was great though when she came out, man. She
sometimes
she comes out and parties. She parties, you know, real hard with us, and you know, she doesn't get to do her cooking because trying to party hard it's hard to do all those things.
It's hard to do that when you're
But this year
sometimes.
she was kicking ass, man. She made sure she cooked up a spread. When we came out of that last podcast we did.
Oh, yeah, when Grits was here. Ooh.
Dude, the island was the island of chicken wings and freaking everything you could imagine under the sun.
Island. She had this big round, I'm probably over exaggerating or maybe under, I don't know.
It was like a shrimp tray,
big round like shrimp tray that you would put like the cocktail sauce in the middle. And it was lined like the fucking Great Wall of China all the way around this bitch, dude. Of just a stack.
Like, I know I bought
5 high of wings.
Well, her and I split them, but we bought
and
the
those
chicken
wings. I know you had a lot of family over, and then me and Grits, and
I dropped a bill 50 on chicken and snacks. Bro.
There was a fuck ton of wings, and we ate fucking all of them before I left, and we weren't even hanging out too much longer after the podcast.
No, but they were so good.
Those I need to get your mom's recipe on those breaded wings.
That was my stuff.
That's yours? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I got it all. I'm the one that was like, here, use this and this. Because I was, you know, having a mini meltdown. Y'all might know, you didn't notice it, but everything kept trying to go wrong on me. They didn't want me to
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
They didn't want me to film that episode with Chris, but they can't hold me back because we got another one.
Just don't get suicided, you know? By
Hillary, we got no problems. I'll vote for you. I swear to God, don't kill me.
Nah, fuck her.
I'm not voting for her.
If she comes suicides me, then I guess I deserved it.
I'm scared.
I guess I got pretty popular apparently if I got suicided.
Oh my God, that's crazy. You know, we'll go viral and stuff for like a day, and then I'll be gone. So we probably shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Well, do that. I don't know. It's family time for you. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm starving. It's been another one. We shot it different this week. Hopefully it doesn't look crazy. I'm gonna edit it. And
I was just noticing. I was like, this is in my face from the microphone or from the camera. So I'm like, fuck. I've probably been doing that for a little while now.
It's a learning curve, folks. So yeah, shout out for everybody that my YouTube viewership, my Spotify viewership, Apple viewership, everybody that's listening on any podcast network, everybody that checks us out on Facebook, you know, anybody that can get us a nice share and get us over there on YouTube too, get us going. One of these days I'd like to figure out ads. That's probably smart, but
I think we got to have the subscribers first. So you should go subscribe. Even though, you know what, even if you guys don't like this shit and you don't subscribe, we're still going to do it because we have so much fun doing it.
Yeah, so just subscribe.
But just subscribe anyway because, you know, not that we don't want you. We would love to have you guys.
We love you.
We love you guys. And we did this totally backwards, but we never cheersed, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Cheers.
There's a cheers. You guys have fun, be safe, and don't fall.
Yeah, man. And keep yourself safe out there. It's summertime in Arizona. If you're there, and the sun will cook you. So drink lots of water and then drink some booze and relax by a pool somewhere if it's nice. So thanks for listening to the Bernie Dyke podcast. Keegs and Kota just out here kicking butt. So
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, love life.